on YouTube. At least I hope within the next couple of years. So we're going to be taking a look at the markets today, and I'm going to be giving some of my predictions on some of these cryptos like Shiba Inu. Like, what the heck is going to happen with that? And Pepe as well. So we're going to let a few people come in here, join up. As always, I'm going to put a thumbnail up. You can't do it from the phone, so I got to do it from the desktop. Of course, we can't go live from the desktop because I'd have to hook up a camera to the desktop or something. But eventually, I'd like to do that. Get a high quality camera and put it on the desktop so I don't have to use the phone, or get a better phone, which I already did. But you can always get a better phone. Hey, it's Jesus again. How's it going, buddy? I hope your day is good. I'll tell you right now, my day is pretty good because I'm not like making any money today really in the markets. It's not that. Although TerraWolf stock is up. But I got a car. I got a car, and it's kind of sweet. So, yeah, you're doing good. Excellent. Excellent. Got to stay on your grind, man. If you ain't at your job working, you should be at home working. You know this. Either working out or reading a book, you know. I've been doing a little bit of reading, but I also started my personal training course, okay? So it's with ISSA. I forget what it even stands for. But yeah, I paid like $1,400, and now I'm going to become a personal trainer. So it's going to take me a little while to do it, but so I got a Buick LeSabre, which I think it means like a saber is like a sword. I don't know what the heck that means. Well, yeah, Buick LeSabre, that's what I got. And it is sick. It's kind of like almost like a gangster car in a way, but I was going to do like a video showing you guys the car in a little while. I got to finish putting the thumbnail up and everything. And this is going to be a very short one for sure, because I got to go. And I wanted to say something. I saw an article about AI, which is kind of funny, which is it relates to what I've been saying. Okay, I'll say that what that is in just a second. Stock market news today. Gold, silver, down. Because silver dropped a lot, but that's okay. I want gold and silver to stay down a little bit more because I'm loading up on the gold penny stocks now. Okay, I believe now is the time to get some of these gold penny stocks. So I got a Patreon video telling you guys some of the gold penny stocks that I just bought. And I think there's 5 of them on there that I just bought. But yeah, I got a car, so I'm going to be driving today. Driving around. Pepe and ICP are battling it out on the market cap chart. Oh, they must be very close, yeah. I mean, Pepe's pretty cheap right now. It really tanked. And ICP is very cheap as well. I like this, guys. I like it. So I saw something about the AI bubble, okay? Remember how I told you guys that they said AI is in a bubble? Let me just finish this. So yeah, they said AI is in a bubble. And I said, guys, this is the most bullish thing. It's in a bubble. As if they're trying to tell you the bubble's about to burst. That was called the wall of worry, which is what I tell you is how these markets can climb. When everybody starts saying, oh, the markets are only going to go higher, you know, I'm making tons of money, everybody's making money, we're all getting rich, it's only going to get better from here, that's when it's going to collapse. So when they came out and they said AI is in a bubble, I liked it. I was like, this is good. This is really good. And now guess what they're saying? They're saying, oh, AI, it wasn't a bubble, but maybe it was an air pocket. And all the freaking institutions and whatever, all these people are saying they're still bullish on AI now. Oh, maybe it's not in a bubble anymore. Maybe it was an it's an air pocket. Like, really? A freaking air pocket as a stock market term? You're using the word air pocket? Like a freaking hot pocket? This is not nearly technical, okay? These guys are just using language to try to sway the public opinion. See, kind of like they scared people out, and now it's like they're trying to bring people in. See what? And they're saying the AI is going to keep going. The AI narrative is extremely strong, which I think it is. It certainly is. Which car and model? It's a Buick LeSabre. And I'm going to get some chrome rims and 212s. And that's going to be sick. Yeah, freaking a Buick. The rims I get are going to be awesome, dude. It's like an old man car. I got it to scare away the ladies, so I can stay single and get rich, guys. You know my plan. Sometimes I tell people too much of my plan, you know, but that's all right. We're all on the same plan on this channel. We're all trying to get rich. Get rich, we will. Okay. Brain Trust is down. Metis is down. All these cryptos are down. So I'm just saying that because it just goes to show that you can't trust anything that the media says. Thanks, dude. They can tell you that AI is in a bubble, and that's going to make you want to sell. And then they have a different article comes out that makes you want to buy. The key is don't even look at the freaking news. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't even watch the news. What you want to watch are these charts. You want to see the dollar chart. You want to see, because it's all meant to deceive you. So usually the news will not help you. Okay? So you got to have a little bit more knowledge to know if what they're telling you is bullshit or not. You know? And when they said, oh, AI is in a bubble, that, I knew they were saying that just to be bullshitters. Okay? We're going into the melt up. This is historic. I bought a 750cc super bike. Dude, I wish I did. 750cc, that's a nice bike. I want to get a Gixxer 750. Or a Hayabusa. I don't know if I'm too small for a Hayabusa. Like, I'm only 165. And that's a heavy bike. You know? So maybe I should just get a 600. I don't know. Thanks to hood calls. Melt up doesn't end well. Good luck timing it. Yeah. No, it never ends well. They never end well. And that's why you don't try to sell at the peak. Okay? If you try to sell at the peak, you're never going to sell. You're just going to be waiting for the peak and waiting and waiting and waiting. And you're going to say, you know, I want to get richer and richer, because your greed's going to come in during the melt up. You're going to feel all kinds of emotions. And that is why we employ the strategy on this channel that you sell on the way up. Okay? Whenever you have an asset that's starting to go higher and it's, okay, now it's overvalued, then you can sell a little bit. It goes higher, sell a little bit more. It goes even higher, sell a little bit more. But right now, I don't think it's the time to sell. I think I want to start selling once we start getting the progression moving along. Once the melt up starts to progress, then we can start selling. I ain't really worried too much about selling right now. Okay? But I can't shift gears properly. Well, you will learn how to. You got to just see how fast the rev limiter comes down, or I mean your RPM gauge. You know, if it comes down very fast, if it's like when you let off the gas or when you press in neutral, if it comes down real fast, it just means you got to shift quickly. You just go, or I can't do it right now. You go, I don't know. But you have to shift very quickly probably on a super bike. Okay? Because if you wait too long, the RPMs are going to come way down and then you're going to shift and it'll go, you know? So just practice shifting. You will get it. You will get it. Work for an AI company and sell on the way up as it vests. Yeah. Or you could just wait and then till we see some fireworks and then sell a much larger portion of it, you know. But a lot of people are worried, you know, that the melt up isn't going to happen. They don't have strong convictions. And that's why they're taking profit now. I'm not selling any gold stocks right now at all. Well, I sold a tiny bit of my silver ETF, AGQ. That was just to raise a little bit of cash because I needed a little bit of cash for something else, something better, you know. Only sell a stock if you know a better stock. That's my opinion right now. So, I'm back. Should I do PhD in physics? Hey, Tommy Tough. Should you get a PhD in physics? I think you should become a stock trader, bro. Why the haircut? When do I sell? It's not into fiat, into silver or gold. Oh, when do you sell stocks into precious metals? To be completely freaking honest, you know, many people will want to sell soon and accumulate gold and silver. You know, they want to sell their stocks and get some gold. They'll want to do that right now. Okay? But best way to go is to dump it later and hold into cash and not get into gold and silver. Okay? The best thing to do is to sell once the melt up progresses and then just hold cash. And then you buy the gold and silver after the crash. But yes, the thing is, oh, it's hard to do. It's hard to time that. You know. Is it really? Most of you would say yes. But I would say no. Okay? I think these elites have a plan to just send the markets onto a rocket ship. And when it happens, you're going to know. You'll be like, okay, now it's the time to sell. Yeah. Well, anyways, you'll be saying now we have extreme prices. You know, you might not want to sell, but you'll be like, wow, I'm making a lot of money. My thing is when you start making a lot of money, probably early next year, then you start to sell and just hold into cash and only use that cash after the crash. So I think that getting into cash can be very important within the next 6 months. Okay? But I think if you're getting into cash right now, it's a little too soon. That's just my opinion. Okay? So, let me read a couple comments. It's not a haircut. It's called a male pattern baldness. I have done matters in physics and confused about going into finance versus doing PhD. So he wants me to give him career advice. Finance or a physics PhD. I think finance is going to be a more lucrative career because there's so many poor folk out there that don't know how to manage their money at all. But those same people, they would never go to someone for financial advice, you know? Hardly ever. A lot of poor people can't, they say, oh, I can't afford to get help with my finances, you know? But that's why you start your own thing and you charge $50. You charge less like I do. And that way you get more and more and more clients because you charge less. And then eventually you raise your prices. But now in terms of getting a PhD in physics, I don't know if there's going to be a lot of jobs available. You might become a teacher. I had a teacher, he had like a freaking super high-end degree. I think he had a PhD, but he was teaching kids. You know, how pathetic is that? You know, very pathetic because most of the kids, we don't need this physics information anyways. We don't even need to know what he had to teach us. Okay? But for those few students, he was happy that he was teaching them. For those few students that actually cared, that were going to make something of his physics class, you know. But this guy was highly overeducated, but he wasn't making that much money. That's my point, you know. If you got a PhD in physics, how are you going to start your own business with that? If you know, then maybe that's what you got to do. You got to think about it more. I don't know. I used to day trade options, but for a few months I fell in love with swings because I can use more capital and slowly profit and loss. Yep, I prefer swing trading over day trading as well. I think it's safer. It's more guaranteed of a win. Day trading, you never know what the hell is going to happen that day. It's just, I'm not into day trading. Really, I'd like to be good at it, but I'm not. I'm good at swing trading. I have 680 grams of gold and 774 grams of silver. You got a lot, dude. You got a lot of gold. And not a lot of silver. I think you should get more silver. What should I do? Just keep it, dude. Keep your gold and your silver. Just keep it. Keep buying. If you're making good from gold and silver, get yourself a hair transplant. How about Bitcoin? I don't like Bitcoin, but I am bullish on the altcoins. Okay? ICP, Shiba Inu, Pepe, Bonk. These are just stupid shit coins, but they're going to make us rich, So that's why we do it. And yeah, I want to hold on to some of my Shiba Inu for like 20, 30 years and just see what the hell happens, But I want to make some money too. So I have a crypto portfolio. I do like crypto, but I don't like Bitcoin. Bitcoin's just for Michael Saylor to buy. I think retail should focus on the areas where there's more profit potential, which is like Shiba Inu. Okay? When Shiba Inu goes, it's going to like 5, 10x. When Bitcoin goes up, it's going to hit like 140. So who cares? Who gives a fuck about 140 Bitcoin when all these other altcoins are going to outperform, There's a lot of hate on altcoins, okay? So don't let that get to you whenever you hear other people that are hating on it and saying Bitcoin's the way, I don't let that affect me. If they try to say sell your altcoins for Bitcoin, I think that's foolish, okay? He's got a lot of money in Tesla still, okay. I think Tesla will go higher. That was my prediction. I made this prediction over a year ago because everybody was hating it. They were burning the Teslas. So I said, this is good for Tesla. It's going to go higher. Okay, and it went higher. So what the point is of that whole experiment was you have to buy into the bad news. And that's how you get rich. All right? Same thing with InnoData stock. As soon as they started pumping out bad news about it, skyrocketed. Okay? So that's one thing that I look for. It's like, which stocks are they dumping today? Which stock is having very bad news and everybody's jumping ship? That's what I want. All right? That's how you get rich. Nancy Pelosi and Hillary both got a lot of Amazon stock. Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, when they sell it, they might not let you know right away. And I would not trust their holdings, especially because those are big stocks and there's way more money to be made in the smaller stocks, And they might have loaded up on Amazon a long time ago. And they're just still holding. And they're probably holding in their public portfolios so that you see that they're holding. Oh, look, they're holding this. Nancy is holding this. Hillary is holding this. That means it's still good. They probably have other accounts, okay? They probably have other private accounts with gold stocks. And so does probably Warren Buffett. Buffett's probably got a shitload of gold. And they won't tell you because then you might like it. You might like gold, You got to understand, it's one giant conspiracy, It's one giant party, and you and I are not in it. Okay, that's what Gerald Celente says. Who's the foremost trends forecaster in the world. He's always right on his predictions. I could give you one token ticker and you'll be making bank in the next couple. Okay, I'll take it. One ticker. Switch coin did Nancy Pelosi but stock? I don't know what coin Nancy Pelosi bought. How far are you into your transition? Not too far. Not too far. Yeah. Hey, Kobe, I got a car. I got to drive over and see you guys now. Ask your dad if I can come over one of these days. But we ain't gonna drink. That is for the dumb, the deaf, the retarded, stupid. Okay? Drinking is for the dumb. All right? Because it's ethanol that poisons your body slowly. So allowing other things like cancer to come in and to grow. So it is retarded. Okay? I want to come see you guys though. Just no freaking alcohol around me. Because I ain't stupid. You ain't bringing me down. Most PhDs in physics work at banks. What? Let's go to the gym. Yes, we got to go to the gym. Okay, I got to figure out when, I got to get a membership over at Planet Fitness. I just got the car, dude. I just got the car. So I still have to figure out a few things I got to do. But yeah, we got to get to that gym. Okay, guys. I got to work on some projects I have today with my personal training course. Yeah, that's right, Kobe. I'm going to be a personal trainer. So I will see you guys soon. All right? Como